Hi everyone, welcome to the astrological love readings for the month of August. Just to let you know that the readings are going to be slightly different, only very slightly from now on, in that it will be a masculine and feminine on both sides for your astrological sign. Sun, moon, or rising, or whatever you want to check in terms of your own chart. So what does that mean, the masculine and the feminine? So yes, masculine, very often masculine represented by the male, feminine represented by the female. I will be using those terms. Very often, yes, that is how it's kind of represented. It's not always that simple though. Sometimes you might be female and the masculine energy might be working through you. Sometimes you might be male and the feminine energy is working through you. Essentially, it's not really assigned to gender or sexuality. So always use your intuition, always, with everything. What resonates with you is for you, what doesn't isn't. But I would also invite you to explore things that you don't feel are true. Just explore them, see how maybe they could feel true to you. But always go with what feels right to you in your heart and your intuition. Also, we are all masculine and feminine. So watch the reading and be interested into how the two energies are interplaying within you. You can watch the reading and kind of see how your masculine and your feminine is just playing out with you, and how's that interplaying in your relationships or your relationship with yourself. Don't get too kind of complex with it, but it really is just broaden. Sometimes it's helpful to just broaden the way we're looking at things and get the messages that way. But essentially, yes, very often it will be just, masculine is represented by a male, feminine represented by a female, and you can just kind of go down that road, but it's not always that simple. All right then, on with the readings. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please share with people that you feel this would be helpful to. This is all about living love with one another and living in harmony. And do comment, and I appreciate your support. Lots and lots of love. And there will be a monthly general masculine and feminine reading and weekly general masculine and feminine readings available to buy on Vimeo. So that will be alongside these astrological masculine and feminine readings. Lots of love. On with the reading. Hi Pisces, how's it going? I hope you had a really great July. It's good to be back and reading for you for August. Just a little bit more shuffling here and then we will get going with the reading. Don't forget to check out your moon and rising sign to see whether those messages resonate for you for this month. And let's see what's going on. Right, so card on the bottom of the deck is the Six of Wands. This is the Victory card. So there's a lot of success here for this partnership, for this love interest for August. So get ready for that. So cards for the feminine we have are the High Priestess, the King of Cups, the Death card, Chariot. For the masculine, the Star, the King of Wands, the Five of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. Crowning the energy the masculine brings, the energy the feminine brings, and the root we will look at slightly later. Just move these up a bit so they're all in shot. Oh, she says they're all in shot, but then they're not. And let's have a look. Bottom of the deck, as I said, Six of Wands. Right, so the feminine starts off here with a really powerful great card, Major Arcana. She has 3 Major Arcana cards going on, so there's big energies, a lot of stuff actually going on for you Pisces with these. So let's start with the High Priestess. Yes, this is very powerful divine feminine card. She is the High Priestess, does exactly what it says she does, and there's a very knowing energy with this. It feels like you're really maturing into your intuition. So it's not like this message to kind of get in contact with your intuition. It's that your intuition is really solidly connected, and you've got a really good solid connection to your intuition, to your knowing, to that kind of divine self, and to really listen to her and allow yourself to be guided by that intuition, to take action on that intuition over anything, and let that guide you, because it's really going to take you to some great places. The energy the masculine starts off with is the Star. Another great card. It's a feeling of fulfillment, a feeling of creativity, connection again, connection to source, connection to God or whatever, connection to your intuition too. It feels like quite a feminine card. I mean, there is a woman on the card. It doesn't always feel very feminine to me, but it does feel feminine. So it feels like the masculine's also getting quite in touch with his feminine side here, and is feeling very free. It's really freedom. It feels very free. And it feels like he is unafraid to be free. And in that space, our dreams come true when you wish upon a star. And it does feel like that is connected to this intuition. So I really feel like the feminine has something to say she in that intuitive state, she really attracts the masculine. So she, by just doing what feels right, it really attracts that masculine energy, and it kind of ignites that star energy for the masculine. Or rather, it kind of pairs her up with him, because he's really in that anyway, that star energy. It's very strong, that feeling of freedom. Second card we have for the feminine is the King of Cups. So let's just feel into this. This is you, but this is your masculine side. So there's a really nice balance here with this strong femininity and then this masculinity, and it's very loving, and it's very you. Like, you have really found yourself. You've really found your kind of groundedness, your solidarity, your ability to really be you, be confident in your intuition, and really allow that to guide you. And where it's guiding you is to a really big transformation, a really big shake-up, a really big awakening that really is going to catapult you with this Chariot energy into a new space. There's a very connected, divine energy here flowing through this feminine side. It really does feel like there's this accelerated path here to becoming able to navigate things from a very high level of consciousness. And this is quite a high message here, highfalutin kind of message, but it really is a big process of awakening into your power and into this vehicle of you that you can then power around. I'm getting kind of like anywhere you want to go, kind of like cross-dimensionally, you know, kind of really very intense power over your reality is what I'm getting. This is a big deal. I said there was big stuff going on with these major arcana, but it's really big stuff coming through. I mean, that's quite a big undertaking. I mean, I'm surprised that she's even interested in anything to do with the masculine or any kind of relationships, because there's so much going on over here in terms of her own growth and her own movement. It feels. So the masculine second card he has is the King of Wands, and the King of Wands is a slightly different energy to that King of Cups. He's feeling very much more creative. There's a lot of creative energy here with this star and this King of Wands. And it feels like it might be a bit new for the masculine, that he's not used to being so creative. He's used to being more pragmatic and using logic, and it feels like he just wants to play. There's this playfulness. It's not necessarily childlike, but it's that he wants to create things. He wants to be more creative, and literally in a kind of more artistic way, or just, you know, play with. I'm getting nature as well, so connecting to nature and just being much more, I think, things that he might perceive as feminine, and maybe even the feminine over here might perceive it as a bit feminine and not associate it with him. But it feels like it's a necessary new string to his bow that he's just playing with. And it feels like a very separate story. It feels like two kind of very separate stories here going on. There isn't much interaction yet, but we'll see how that goes. But I do sense there is a bit of conflict there in terms of that creativity. I do think it's to do with that. It feels like there's a bit of resistance. Maybe just because it's a little bit different to the way that he's been before. But it does feel a little bit like there's a battle, not a battle, but a bit of conflict over, it does feel like it springs from that. But for some reason, and I think that's why it's coming up in this reading, this new energy here for him is very important in terms of this connection, because it leads him onto this Ten of Pentacles, which is all about togetherness, completion, and abundance. A feeling of abundance. And it feels like it does bring him to that abundance. an abundance of wealth, an abundance of health, an abundance of connection, an abundance of love, an abundance of community, and being able to see in our everyday life the abundance that's all around us. Because if we look at this card and we kind of take the pentacles off it, it looks like just a normal kind of everyday scene. There's things going on. It's life being lived. But it's like opening our eyes up to be able to see these balls of everything that's available to us. And it really is always available to us. And I think maybe there's this kind of mirrored kind of awakening to that for this masculine energy. And it plays very, very well with this Chariot over here, this way that the feminine is going. So it doesn't surprise me there's this victory here. Don't forget there's victory there. And it's interesting, this 5 becomes this 6. The 6 is right next to the 5. So don't worry about this conflict, it leads to the victory. And it does feel like, you know, there is this appreciation, there is this freedom, there is this higher level of consciousness that really seems to be happening here for you, Pisces, and your love. There is a very strong connection there. The energy crowning is the Knight of Wands, so that's a strong, passionate, often sexual desire. So there's a really strong energy between the two of you sexually going on. So that is what draws you together. And go for it. No resistance there. I feel like I want to do this one next. The energy at the base is the 5 of Swords. So connected maybe with this 5 here too. This 5 of Swords is about it feels like it's letting go of pushing too hard for things. We don't need to push too hard to make anything happen here between the two. It's very natural. It's an organic, biological draw. It doesn't need anything other than you to go on your own journey. You will reach a place of balance together. You will be on a journey together because you've got this intense magnetic attraction to one another. Energy that the masculine brings in is the 6 of Cups. This is a deep soul connection. Somebody returning from the past over and over. Many lives shared together. Energy the feminine brings is the Queen of Cups. Brilliant. King of Cups and the Queen of Cups together really backs this up. This is a deep soul, strong connection. Very deep, very old, very known, very knowing. Whenever the King and Queen of the same suit turn up in the deck, in the spread, it's always an indication for me of a very strong divine connection on a soul level. And also the cups are you, Pisces. So, I mean, it really is a very, very strong message. And the message is to just be who you are. Don't worry about pushing anything. And naturally, the magnetism between the two of you will draw you together. Absolutely nothing to worry about. Victory here. Outcome card, shall pull, is the Hierophant. Whenever the Hierophant turns up as an outcome card in a love reading, it's always an indication of marriage or some kind of commitment, some kind of structure built around the connection. So I don't think that needs any more explanation. Well, that was gorgeous. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. Please like it if you did. Give me a thumbs up. Say hi and comment. I do read all comments, and I do try to like all the comments when I've read them. I can't always respond, and sometimes I'm not checking it all the time, so don't worry if it's not immediate. But I really do appreciate your interaction and your comments and kind of things that you've got to say. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all your support and love. As I said, do check out your rising sign or your moon sign. Otherwise, lots of love. There's a monthly general masculine and feminine reading for you to watch. And there's also weekly readings that I'm doing every week on a Sunday for you to watch and purchase over on Vimeo. Otherwise, I shall see you next month. Have an incredible August. Lots and lots of love. Take care.